Hi everyone, I'm just doing a quick video this week because I'm busy with Bath Comic Con, but I'd like to do a short review of The Tough Guide to Fantasyland by Diana Wynne Jones. This book is written as though the reader is a tourist about to embark on an epic travel quest in a fairly cliched sword and sorcery type fantasy world. Most of the book is made up of summaries of key people, key concepts, key plot elements that are likely to you're likely to come across during your wanderings through one of these cliched fantasy worlds. So you get introduced to people like blacksmiths and missing heirs to kingdoms. Also plot activities like ambushes. It introduces these through a number of alphabetical lists, so most of the book is made up of these alphabetical lists that give a summary of a term, what it means, and some amusing little pictures. And these items are all summarised as though these are things you will see, things you will encounter, and it carries on this style throughout. So it will refer to multiple trips or coming back again for frequent visits instead of talking about a book that has a number of items in a series. So you have this humorous tone that goes through a number of the tropes and cliches of these books. And as a reader of fantasy books, it's quite fun because you can go and chuckle and go, yeah, that does show up in a lot of books. But as a writer, it's actually a really valuable tool if you write this style of sword and sorcery fantasy, because you don't want to be a copycat, you don't want to be following along trends and repeating cliches that have been done 1,000 times before. So actually it's quite useful if you write that sort of book to read something like this, and as you're going through the different letters of the alphabet, if you're there thinking, I have that one in my book, and I actually use that one as well, and oh dear, and that one, and that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. You can probably get away with a handful of these, especially if you actually take them and subvert some of the tropes. But if you're looking through this and going, yeah, this is a bit too familiar as you're going through, it may be a sign that you need to go and update or add something novel and different into your book. So as I say, it's fun to read, it's amusing if you like fantasy books, but if you write fantasy books, it's kind of a nice idea to just sort of verify you're not ticking all of the boxes in there. It's fine to use some of them, these are standard tropes for a reason and they're fairly familiar. But it's good to have a nice balance between things which are new and unique to your work and things which are familiar. So it's something to think about, and if nothing else, an enjoyable read. It's a little old now, so I think 1996 it first came out, so it hasn't seen some of the later, more recent developments around sort of young adult fantasy. But that said, if you like the sort of the classic style sword and sorcery books, it's a good one to read. So that's it for this week. I will see you next time.